Welcome back. We got the pump we were looking for yesterday. I'm going to show you how I caught a $500 pump on leverage. We'll talk about the difference between spot trading and leverage trading. Also, we're looking for a golden cross on the daily. So we got a lot of great action to look at. I'll break down the Bitcoin chart as usual. This is Crypto Rolly, the crypto watch that never stops. Live technical analysis, price predictions, and trading. As always, not financial advice. Do your own research, trade at your own risk. Okay, looking at the market real quick. We have 1,120,000,000 real volume on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 3.66% past 24 hours. We have anywhere between 3 to 4% on all of the majors. Ethereum Classic still pumping 8.49%. Bitcoin Cash 5%. It's pretty interesting to see like Bitcoin Cash and ETC doing so well, considering they're pretty hated, or not hated, but they're not the most favorite coins, but they're still, there's kind of a cult following for a lot of these currencies. So there you go to the ETC and BCH lovers. All right, Crypto Fear and Greed Index at a 57. Yesterday was a 54. We did get that pump, so it's pretty natural to see this starting to rise here. And the Bitcoin halving in 103 days. I don't have much news to talk about, but I have plenty else to show you, okay? Currently, let's look at this. So we got, 14 minutes left in this 4-hour close, so I'll definitely be still recording when that happens. Let's take a look a little closer at the 4-hour. Let me throw on my EMA MAs. So we came down, we almost hit the 10 simple. I was kind of interested in possibly putting in a long when we came down to the 10 simple, but we didn't quite touch it. I would even be more interested if we could come down and test the yellow 21 EMA. We have had quite the rally here, and I'll show you other reasons why I'm not too quick to jump into a long on leverage right now, even though we're about to break 9,400 again. So we'll definitely see. But I have my reasons. And basically, okay, where do we start? Let's start with yesterday. Okay, so yesterday we were in this region. I had a long at 89.20 on leverage, and I did have my stop at break even, but I had a feeling that I was going to get stopped out, and I was like, you know what? I might be willing to risk just a little bit in case we do pump. So I moved my stop at the last second down to 88.70. And I picked 88.70 because that was going to be below this right here. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see yes, I put my stop just below here. So we were trading in this region, and I put my stop just below here, willing to risk a little bit. And we came down and looked like it was about to hit that, and then it bounced. So I got pretty lucky that I did move it at the last second, and we got a $500 pump all the way up to, what did we have at the top here? 94.29. So at 9,400, I took my profit. Even though I was calling for 9,600, I couldn't pass up, a $500 play on leverage. Sometimes when you're happy with profit, you have to take it, because yes, we have gone sideways, and yes, we may pump higher, but what if we just got a quick dump and we came down? And I wouldn't have profited at all had I not moved my stop. I would have ended up losing money on a play where I was like in heavy profit. And this happens quite often, especially like if I'm asleep. Sometimes it goes into profit exactly where I thought it would go, but I'm not awake to move my stop, and then it ends up coming back down to break even, or even worse, my stop. So on leverage, I'm actively looking to take profit. And the difference between spot and leverage is, on leverage, you're always holding BTC, okay? And my goal is to build, stack more sats, okay? I'm in this for the long run. I never sell my BTC. I've got a portfolio sitting in various places, I should say, and I'm just trying to gain more BTC. So I'm never selling my spot. So if I'm ever, talking bearish, I'm not telling anyone that they should necessarily sell, okay? And what I don't want to do is lose BTC while this thing's pumping. So that's why when BTC's bullish, I'm not looking to be shorting every top, because if you ended up shorting this whole rally, maybe you were like, okay, here I'm going to short, and then you lost BTC and you're like, all right, well, you know what? I think I'm going to short here because there's no way it's going to go even past this point. And then you lost more. And then up here, like, this got to be the top. And then you got stopped out again. You ended up losing your BTC while BTC was pumping. That's not a good idea. So defense wins championships in all sports, and Bitcoin can be a sport too. So that's why I'm looking to take profits, and I'm, looking for minimal losses when I'm trading, okay? So we're looking at 93.89 right here. Also, another reason I'm not right now, as far as leverage, I'm flat, because I was calling for 9,600 and we're at 9,400 right now. But, so we could get like, a $200 pump, or we could have a correction. And let's say we come all the way back down here. I'm not saying we will, but what if we do? That's a 10% drop. So there's definitely more room to fall in the short term than I think there is going higher. So I'd rather sit flat, watch this play out. If we do get a little pump, so be it. We might get a pump and a blow off top and then get a rejection. So, you just got to be looking for a setup that is exciting for you. And, if you look at the 4 hour, the Stokes are really high up here. The RSI is in the overbought territory. So it's not my most ideal place to be putting leverage longs. Now, if you're not trading on leverage and you're just on spot and you believe we're in a bull market, hey, DCA, dollar cost average, all the way along. I mean, as long as you're in a bull market and you want to put in some money like each week, every few days, it's not a terrible idea. When we're in a downtrend, I wouldn't want to be just, buying every single dip, because then it just dips further and further and further. And we saw that with 2018. We've seen that in the past 7 months. But everything's lining up bullish. So, if we are in a bull market, it's not a bad time to just be adding to your position on spot. This is not financial advice, just my trading strategy, okay? So, anyways, that's that. Let's skip over to the daily golden cross, and then I'll do my normal breakdown, okay? I hope I explained everything well. I don't want to talk too much about my strategy, but I'm just giving you a little insight on how I like to trade, okay? Fair enough, right? Okay, so let's look at this golden cross. The golden cross would be a 50 EMA over the 200 EMA, or if you like to use simple moving averages, the 50 SMA over the 200 SMA. But for it to be golden or a death cross, it's got to be the 50 and the 200. So my orange, we're on the daily. The orange 50 EMA is coming up here. It's looking to cross over the 100 EMA, which is good to see any bullish type of cross when you have the lower moving average moving above the higher moving, like the 50 above the 100. That is bullish, but it's not the technical golden cross. Up, down to 93.50. Anyways, you have the light green 200 EMA coming in here at 82.37, and our 50 EMA at 81.79. So they're getting really close to each other, and we could be getting a golden cross in the next day or two. Depends on how price action plays out in the next day or two. If we stay in this region, we definitely will get that golden cross. What happens when we get a golden cross? Well, a few things can happen, right? One thing is sometimes when you get the golden cross, you see a major pump, but at the same time, Price also likes to come back, retrace back down towards the golden cross. So maybe this was the pump already, and then we get a retrace to touch where the cross happened, and then we have a blast off. Or we could see the bots. Bots are programmed to trade based on certain circumstances, like different types of indicators or golden cross or death cross. So maybe when the golden cross happens, the bots and everyone who's aware of it, they might go long, so you might see a pump right then. Maybe that's when we get our 9600, and then afterwards maybe we retest back down. Okay, so keep that on your radar. It is coming soon. We definitely closed above the daily 200 simple, so that's very bullish as well. All right, so let's go to the 4-hour, 12-hour, daily, weekly, like we usually do. Okay, guys? Moving quickly. So on the 4-hour, we discussed this 10 simple. When the price separates a little too far, like we were up here, often it either will go sideways or dump. It acts as a magnet, like we saw here. We had to go sideways, and then when we bounced off of it, we had our pump. And currently, we're trying to put in a little bit of a pump here, but the volume's been falling off a little bit too. So the volume has been falling. So what we're going to want to see is eventually a breakout volume, okay? Also, I would say this kind of looks like a bull flag. Let's put on the drawing tools. Hold on. So let's see. Maybe I'll just go to the 1 hour to show what that looks like. So yeah, could be putting in a bit of a bull flag, and you can see that we're getting resistance right here. We're not getting any candle closes above. So maybe if we do get a candle close in this region, you'll see continuation higher. Okay. Also, we had a horizontal resistance right here. I'll show you where that came from. So we had this horizontal resistance from this top, and then we were having trouble breaking it here. So maybe we find support here. Classic resistance flip support scenario. So maybe that will line up also with our EMA MA. Also, you did have that red diagonal that was coming down here that I showed in previous videos. I'll just show you real quick if you weren't watching before. We had this touch here, touch here, touch here, 3 touches. We found some resistance. We did break above it. So either we get like a retest down off of this and find support and bounce, or we bounce off this. But looking at the daily, we already kind of had the breakout retest. So who knows? Maybe we do get some more pump action today. Okay, so back to the 4-hour. So looking at a potential bull flag right here, which if this bull flag did play out, say this is just a mini bull flag. We're going from this guy. Oh, what happened? Okay, we'll try again. So we would go from here, and then we'll drag it to the bottom of the flag, and it takes us to this yellow horizontal at 9600. Watch yesterday's video. I go in depth about 9600, but basically 9600 is a horizontal that goes all the way back to 2018. I can show you real quick. Goes all the way back. We found support, resistance, and I think we'll find some resistance there again as a critical zone. Okay, so back to the 4-hour. So yes, if this is the bull flag, pull up, flag, pull up. That would be your target. Okay, but our Stokes, they are curled up here, so this could line up for a pump. But they are high in this region, and our stochastics are here. We're going to be looking for some bearish divergence possibly soon. Not totally confirmed, but say we do get a pump and the RSI doesn't make another higher high, makes like a lower high, that will be bearish divergence. Possibly this will be the top. If this isn't the top and we get a pullback, we'll have to see. But ideally, since I'm trying to look for great setups on leverage, and I primarily only trade BTC leverage, I'm looking for longs when the stochastics are low and they cross up. like here or here, and the RSI is low. So I want to catch this move from there to there or there to there. I'm not really trying to put on heavy leverage when we've already made quite a rally, okay? That's my strategy. That is my strategy, not financial advice. Ichimoku clouds, let's take a look there. Ichimoku clouds, we are heavily separated from your support again. Your support, this blue conversion line is coming at 89.17. I need to put my Bollinger Bands on, don't I? Bollinger Bands, Bollinger Bands. Okay, so Bollinger Bands. Your resistance is going to be at 95.89, so just below 96. So yeah, we could definitely get a pump and go up there. Oh, the 4 hour just closed. How did the 4 hour close? 4 hour, it's a nice green candle. We're about to break 9,400, so you might see that move there. Okay, we'll watch that happen on screen. Will be cool. The middle BB is coming down at 9,014. And you see, guys, I'm not FOMOing. You know, if it happens, it happens. But I don't want to jump in at this move and then, you know, be in a panic if it starts to drop, okay? I'd rather just, you know, be calm, cool, and collective with my trades. So we went over the 4 hour pretty in depth. Let's move on to the 12 hour. The 12 hour Stokes are getting high, starting to curl. So again, could be another reason to be cautious if you are in a long. Your RSI is overbought. Okay, we are at the top of the Bollinger Bands. Ichimoku, your support is coming in at 88.20. Let's move on to our moving averages. Your moving averages are way down here. So if you want to be extra cautious, maybe you want to wait till we get some support off the yellow 21 EMA or, you know, the 50 EMA. So you can see even here wasn't the greatest time to put in a long. This was better. So like I say, we're pretty separated. So, you know, personally, I'd rather wait for a better opportunity. Okay. Going to the daily. We kind of already looked at this. We got our daily close well above the 200 simple moving average. We're about to get a golden cross. But say we get a golden cross and we get a retest, you're going to want to see this pink 200 simple hold as support. The 200 simple is still coming in with a downward slope. Ideally, we'd like this to flat line out and then start to curl up this way. But it is, you know, a larger time frame moving average, the 200 daily. So, you know, it might take a little time for that to happen. Okay, but we want to see it flatten out, not have this downward slope. Okay, your 10 simple is all the way down at 87.38. Ichimoku. So yeah, your support is way down here again. But what I can say is this is getting even tighter, and it would be nice to see us put in a green cloud, and the green cloud will probably come up here, and you'll have this green cloud form this way, and then you'll have a new support system getting a bit higher. The Bollinger Bands on the daily, we did close above the top Bollinger Band, and the top Bollinger Band is acting as support right now currently. Is coming in at 93.71 and price is 93.87 at the moment. So if we can maintain above that, that's pretty bullish. Otherwise, you know, we could float sideways or come down. Our middle BB support is at 86.36. Okay, let's look at the Stokes. Stokes did get a cross up, so the 12 hour and the 4 hour are pretty high, but we did get a fresh cross on the daily Stokes. So definitely, you know, there is a possibility we still have more room to run. You can see when we had this cross here, we were all the way down here, and we made this whole move up that way. Okay, and then once we got our like official cross down from this upper region, we did have that pullback. So I'm looking for a pullback for a leverage long, and your RSI on the daily has hit a 69.66, almost overbought. 70 is officially overbought. Okay, So that looks good there. Let's go to the 2-day. I'm not going to go through all of the indicators here, just I like to look at the Stokes on the 2-day and 3-day. The 2-day was coming down and then we had a cross up, but it looks kind of like it's twisting in here. Nothing dramatic yet. The 3-day, we'll just go straight to the 3-day Stoke. The 3-day Stoke got a cross down and then a cross back up, pretty bullish. And you're not overbought on the RSI here. On the weekly Stokes still rising, looking good, and we did put in a higher high on the RSI, so we broke this downtrend you can see here. Let's put it in. So we had a bit of a downtrend on the RSI, and as soon as we broke out of here, I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, that was the first signal of bullishness. And now we've got another signal on the weekly RSI that's bullish, getting a higher high above here. So that's good to see. What else can we say? Let's hide the drawing tools. Go to our moving averages. We got a nice bounce off the yellow 21 EMA. We want to stay above the yellow 21 EMA. Typically, this is a signature of a bull market to maintain above the yellow 21 EMA. You can see from 2016 to 2017. Okay, so when you're above it, bull market, below it, bear market. Just an easy way to look at that. Okay, Ichimoku cloud. Ichimoku cloud, we are in the cloud, and the top of this resistance cloud is going to be 10,300. Like to see that break and consolidate above the cloud. Bollinger Bands. Your resistance is coming down at 99.47, but we are in the bullish zone of the Bollinger Bands. So that's definitely good to see, and we want to maintain in this zone and then onwards and upwards. Okay, so that was pretty quick, but I didn't have too much to talk about. Everything, is looking bullish, guys, and we'll finish up with the Heikin Ashi. Heikin Ashi. Let's see. What am I doing? Heikin Ashi. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Woo. Heikin Ashi on the weekly. Looking bullish. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly. It's getting even more green. We got wicks on both sides, like a reversal Heikin Ashi. You can see this one. But this green candle is getting thicker. So that's nice to see. We'll have to see how this this monthly is about to close in 2 days. So far, so good. I hope this is the reversal, and then we can put in a few more months of green action. We'll have to see, okay? Let's go down to the 3-day. 3-day, bullish. 2-day, 2 bullish candles here. 1 day, I'm sure it's going to be bullish. 12-hour, looking healthy, looking nice. And the 4-hour. Okay, so on the 4-hour, we did put in a bit of a red reversal, but then we reversed back up, and it's looking bullish so far. So what's the price now? $93.75. Let's just take a closer look at that before I leave you guys. So I do like that we came down and we kind of bounced up here, but we did not close above this guy. So I want to see a 4-hour close above this candle here for more continuation. You might get it on this next 4-hour close. We'll have to see. And the daily is also going to come in about 4 hours. Kind of putting in a doji right now. We'll have to see how it closes. So guys, I wouldn't rush into any leverage plays. If you do, keep a stop loss. I wouldn't walk too far away from your computer if you do, but this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you the levels for you to trade from. So if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, tick that bell for notifications, leave me comments if there's anything that you would like me to review in the next video. Until then, safe trading. This is Crypto Rolly.